1984, we had the birth of our third child, and she was born with a lot of congenital problems, and she lived 16 weeks and died. And we knew before she was born that she would have to be our last biological child. And since we always wanted a bigger family, about a year after her death, we started checking into adoption, and basically we were told by several different agencies that because we had two biological children and they were healthy, that we would never be considered as an adoptive family in the United States. So we kind of just ditched that idea and raised our kids. January of 2000, I was working in Glenn's office, and I picked up a Good Housekeeping magazine, and leafing through it, there was an article about a mother writing a story on her journey to her Chinese daughter. And my first thought was, I didn't know China was open for adoption. When Glenn came home, I told him all that had happened, and I had finished reading the article, and the agency that the lady used was listed at the end of the article, and so I Googled it and found where they were and emailed them and just told them we wanted some more information.
She said, yeah, what do you think about adopting from China? I said, are you kidding me? I said, my exact words, I said, I'm 46 years old.
We sent our application in and were approved and started finding out what we needed to get all our paperwork ready for an adoption from China. We brought Shaylin home in actually December of 2002. Her adoption was finalized on Thanksgiving Day in 2002. We were adopting one child, and that was going to be it. Our agency had a reunion with adoptive families, and we decided to go. And most of the families there had at least 2 children. And we got to thinking, you know, at our age, you know, anything could happen. Shaylin would basically be left alone with no close siblings that she really knew if that should happen. And we decided then that we should start the process again and bring a second child home.
I mean, God just had it planned out. And another thing is, Shanae's birthday, the exact same date as our biological daughter's birthday, 20 years apart. I mean, he had that planned.
We knew that the rules were going to be changing, and the Hague Convention was taking effect, and a lot of people were not going to qualify to adopt from China. And we knew from being there twice how many thousands of children needed homes. And so we told our social worker that we thought that we would go and bring one more child home. At least we could get one more child out of the system and get them to a home where they could learn about Jesus and could love, have a family that would love them. In August of 2010, I got Glenn talked into letting me apply for a waiting child. A waiting child is a child with special needs. And I think in the back of my mind, I was kind of afraid of a special needs child just because of the unknowns, since we'd already lost a child once, and did I want to go through that again? And so I was really struggling there. And then Pastor Trainer started the series Hole in Our Gospel, and the very first Sunday they kept saying, you know, it's not about me, it's not about me. And I was sitting there thinking, he's right, it's not about me, it's not what I can handle, because I would tell people that, you know, God knows what I can handle, and then I go home and tell God what I could handle, and I'm just like, you know, it's not about me, it's about that child that's waiting, that just needs a home. we got a phone call for Janessa. And they said, we have this little girl, and we've actually had her for a while. She's on the shared list, but we were waiting for updates, and we just got them today, and we wanted to know if you would be interested. And I said she has repaired cleft lip and palate, and she has a PDA, which is a minor heart defect. She said you have 72 hours. So we locked her in and her file in for us, and we had all the paperwork that we needed from our end to have the CCAA look at us as being potential parents to approve us. We had that all done in 48 hours, and now we have her.
And then when we took both girls with us, this time we got Janessa, so they could see China, because they'd never been back before. And the exciting thing was to see them go on the Great Wall, to see the Forbidden City, and you just see their eyes when they got on that plane. And one of the things that Shaylin said before we left Dulles, she looks around and she says, "Dad, all these people look like me." I said, "Yeah, we're going back to China." And that was precious.
It doesn't matter how old you are, that if you're willing to listen to the inner voice that God, when God speaks to you, and you overcome the fear of the unknown, or your fear of what you're lacking, that God can use you no matter how old you are.
And I have people tell me sometime in the office, "Have you lost your mind?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm not going to retire. I'm going to probably die first." But what greater gift can you give somebody than life? And I said, you can't take your money with you when you die, but you can invest it. And to me, your children are the only thing you can take with you to heaven.